Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog, and today we are in Burkina Faso. We are in Burkina Faso because there is one important development going on in Burkina Faso right now as I'm talking to you, and this development is unbelievable. I have never seen anything like this happening in Africa, but it is happening right under our nose. This development going on in Burkina Faso is making me to be happy. This is the first time I am being very happy for a president in Africa, and that president is Captain Ibrahim Traore. What Captain Ibrahim Traore did is unbelievable. For some of you who don't know about Ibrahim Traore took over not up to 3 years and became the Burkina Faso's leader. Since then, he has been loved by many people in Burkina Faso, also many people in Africa. But this his love, which he got from people, did not got into his head because he knew his target. His target is to improve development, employment, agriculture in Burkina Faso. And the way he did it is unbelievable. What you are looking at is 400 tractors, 239 tillers. The tillers, for some of you who do not know what it is a tractor that you can ride manually, like a wheelbarrow. And also motor pump, which is water pump. This is for irrigation. This money, he's supposed to have used it to buy cars, because presently, he is driving Land Rover Defender, 2001 model, which is costing about $12,000. But he decided not to change that vehicle. Anywhere he goes, he uses it. Instead of to change cars, Africa's leader have decided to go in to make a nice farming with the little money they have. And what you are seeing is unbelievable. It is the first time in Africa that a president said no for enjoyment, but decided to go for agriculture, which will create employment and produce food for the people. I have always said this time without a number. Africa is poor because nobody wants to go to farm. Immediately a president enter into office, the first thing he will do is to change his vehicle. Some will go and buy the most expensive Toyota, a SUV that cost about $200,000. Others will go and steal their money, convert it into dollars, hid it into their bedroom. A lot will send their money into international banks, leaving large, traveling, going up and down. To show you the leaders you need in Africa, don't ever go and vote for any leader who is only thinking about expensive car. Those expensive cars they are driving is what is soaking Africa down. Some president in Africa has 20 vehicles for escort. Each of them is bloodproof. Each of them costs about 200,000 United States dollar. How do you improve? You have already used the whole money that belongs to your country for yourself. Where are you going to get money for agriculture? And this is the reason many people are not focusing into agriculture anymore. Because things have changed. Agriculture today is under mechanization. You cannot cultivate yam or cultivate cassava the way we used to cultivate in the past. If you want to be a farmer now, you have to go into mechanized farming, meaning buying tractors, procuring different type of machines, facing agriculture. In Africa, there are land everywhere. In Burkina Faso, there is land everywhere. In many, many places, empty land, nobody is using it. Everybody's mind is how to change his car. Look at Burkina Faso's president. The car he is driving was made in 2001. The current price today as second-hand is $12,000. A president of a country. And he thinks about his country using the little money they have for what? For future purposes. He knows Burkina Faso has a land, and then he focused there. 400 tractors everywhere. 400 tractors, 239 tillers, and 710 motor pumps, and were made available to rural stakeholders to boost agricultural production. In addition, 714 motorcycles were acquired for the benefit of agricultural agents. The government will also support producers with inputs consisting of, among other things, 10,000 tons of fish feed, 68,964 tons of fertilizers, 10,000 liters of phytosanitary products, 18,000 tons of plant seeds, 2,300 tons of seeds, fodder, and 10,000 tons of concentrated feed. at a cost of more than 78 billion FCFA, which is 28 million US dollars. The acquisition of this agro-pastoral equipment and inputs reflects the transitional government's desire to support producers as part of the offensive. Agro-pastoral fisheries and the Presidential Initiative for Agricultural Production 2023-2024. This is unbelievable. This is for leaders that think. And this is the reason I say my channel will always be for people who know what is right. I can never promote people who spend their money for expensive vehicle, or spend the money of his country or of his state or his local government lavishly. It is getting too much, and Africa have been suffering for a long why? Because the leaders they are electing are actually the ones that are socking their money. Tell me how many leaders in your country, in your state, in your local government, that think about employment more than the type of vehicle he drives. Can you mention some leaders in your community who is driving a vehicle made about 30 years ago? Nobody. Nobody. Can you mention a leader who is driving a vehicle that cost below $12,000? Nobody. For you to know a good leader, check the type of vehicle he drives. Check his escort. How many people go with him everywhere he goes? How many vehicles? Because each of those vehicles that go with your leader is actually blood-proofed. Cost $200,000. If his mind did not tell him not to go and buy all those vehicles that cost such money, that his mind is still not going to tell him how to save money and be productive. Because if he had been a person who is productive in nature, immediately he enters office. What he will think about is what will bring employment for the people. There is no African countries today that don't need employment. Everybody is running away. Why? Because of lack of employment. When you are electing leaders, you are electing leaders who can solve the problem of employment. But majority of these leaders, when they come, they think about cars. And those cars they think about is their own cars. Some of them have Ferrari. Apart from SUV, they have Ferrari in their garage. What are you doing with Rolls-Royce? What are you doing with Ferrari? How did you make the money to buy a Ferrari? How did you make the money to buy Rolls-Royce? How did you make money to buy Toyota SUV, new one? Can't you even think about how to economize life? Because that money you are using is not your own money. You are actually squandering money that belongs to your state or to your country. It means you don't have pity. And when we see people doing it the right way, we praise them. Ibrahim Traore is a military man. If he liked, he could have used that money to buy Land Cruiser, new Land Cruiser. And if he liked, he can buy 10 of it. We saw what happened in Gabon when Ali Bongo hid dollars under the bed, packs of dollars everywhere. For what reason? No reason. He has every type of cars, classic cars, exotic cars. The same thing is happening to many presidents in Africa. And one funny part is that this president are always on TV shouting that they are suffering. You are suffering, but you are cars. Cost $200,000 each. Do you know what $200,000 can do? $200,000 can build any big industry. A factory of $200,000 is big factory. No, the leaders don't take that way. They will only enter their ad and approve 4 vehicles for every governor SUV, 1 vehicle for every local government chairman, Toyota SUV. They don't mind about how much that vehicle is costing. Why don't any of them reason to change from using vehicle to building industries? Is because they are going there for pleasure. Majority of leaders in Africa are in Africa for enjoyment. Therefore, people should stop promoting any leader who do not think about employment, how to take our youth out from the street. And after seeing what Burkina Faso leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, is doing in Burkina Faso, I became proud that there are people who still have that mind of good leadership, who think for his masses, who do not squander his money unnecessarily, who does not even need car, that any car is okay for him. And he is the president. This is the type of lead that we need, not the ones that are driving exotic cars everywhere. We are talking about Africa, where there is not enough money. There is no industry. Everybody is shouting that economy is going down. Why won't your economy go down when you save the little money you have and you take it to Asia to buy a new cars? And every 4 years, the same thing. Because every 4 years, another leader will be elected, either new governor or new president or new local government chairman or new senator, and then you will go and import more cars from Asia, take your money and improve their economy, and then reduce the strength of your own economy. People don't need to go to school to know that this way we are going is not the best way. The type of leaders we are electing are not the best leaders. The leaders we need are leaders like Ibrahim Traore, who does not care the type of vehicle he has. Well, I will stop here because after seeing what Ibrahim Traore did, I became happy that Africa will still have people who think more about development, about employment, about agriculture than about themselves. It makes me very happy. It makes me very happy. So thank you very much for watching, and this is in Tavlog. Thank you.